we'll begin with reading, okay? So the reading test, there are two types of IELTS, general training and academic training. So with general training, there's also general training reading. So simpler, easier text. While academic IELTS will have academic reading, more on research, academic articles, could be about whales, about uh, the moon, about some research. Yeah. But the same number of questions, 40 questions in 60 minutes. Now, when it comes to IELTS, especially reading, one thing that we have to help our students is to identify the different question types. Okay? Why? Because there are questions that will require a certain strategy in answering. And given that you are racing against time, so kapag IELTS reading, ang problema kadalasan na nauubusan ng oras. Kasi, number one, binabasa lahat. Number two, hindi alam anong gagawin while reading. Number three, kasi hindi alam yung question type. So tonight, I'll share some strategies to some question types kasi mahaba-haba itong reading. And after reading, I'll show also listening. And tingnan natin if totoo nga ba yung mga strategies na sinuggest or ibibigay ko later. And we'll try also to answer some activities. No? Kailangan mag-hands-on din tayo. Now, look at these different question types. You have yes, no, not given, true, false, not given. You have table, summary, and note completion, flowchart, sentence completion, multiple choice, short answer questions, diagram and label completion, matching sentence endings, merong matching headings, matching information pero idea, matching information but names. Do you know bakit magkahiwalay at may dalawang grupo? Do you have any idea? Maybe you can chat your answer. Who wants to make a guess? Do you know bakit nakahiwalay? Who wants to make a wild guess? Wala? Okay. So let me tell you bakit naka-grupo ang bakit may dalawang grupo of question types. The first group, the answers to these question types follow the order of the passage. Meaning, kung yung yes, no, not given, maybe question number 1, ang sagot, makikita mo sa paragraph 1. Hindi pwedeng nasa paragraph 5. Okay? So, naka-chronological or naka-sequence yan according sa flow ng passage. So, yung question number 2, number 3, nasa second maybe, nasa third maybe. So, in order. So, hindi ka, when you are reading, alam mo dapat na hindi ka, you shouldn't be going up and down in reading kasi yun yung nagpapabagal sa pagbabasa. That will eat up your time. When it comes to matching headings, matching information, these question types, the answers do not follow the order of the passage. Kasi may yung mga text dito, may mga labels ng mga, let's say, paragraph A, paragraph B, paragraph C, paragraph D. When you answer the questions, kailangan mong hanapin by looking at maybe punta ka ng A, punta ka ng B, punta ka ng C. So medyo babagal yung pagsagot. Now, what does it tell you? So our students, I always tell them when they answer questions or when they encounter question types like these, matching headings, matching information idea and names, I tell them answer these question types later. Saka na kapag may extra time. Unahin mo muna yung iba kasi mas madali at mas madaling makahanap ng sagot. Now, in reading also, remember most answers, although not all, but again, most answers are nouns or noun phrase or adjective plus noun. Okay? Just FYI lang yan. Now, let's give it a try. Answers that follow the order. So, true, false, not given, or yes, no, not given. Ang pagkakaiba nila, true, false, not given, this question type checks whether the statement agrees with the text. So, yung question statement, does it agree doon sa article, no, na babasahin? Kapag yes, no, not given naman, yung writer's viewpoint or claims or biases ng writer ang i-check mo, no? From the given statement, yung given statement or question statement, nandoon ba siya sa, sinabi ba siya ni writer? Okay? Now, ang strategy kapag true, false, not given, yes, no, not given, una, read the question first because that will tell you what to do next. No? Then underline the keywords. So keywords from the question. So ano ba yung keywords? Keywords are words that you can easily be found in the passage. Kunyari, mga names of people, places, mga dates and events. Yun yung pinakamadali. Another one, words that can be replaced with synonyms. Yun yung keywords. Now, remember, true, false, not given, yes, no, not given. Answers follow the order of the passage. Pay attention to qualifying words such as always, usually, so itong mga adverbs, no, qualifying words, or never, or quantifying words like all, most, none of. And use the information from the text. So galing lang sa text ang pagbabasehan mo, not your personal knowledge. Then read carefully because once you found the keywords, nandoon yung sagot malapit. Okay? So tandaan to. Now let's check kung totoo nga ba. So question 6 to 9, true, false, not given. So hindi siya 1 to 5. So we can expect na hindi galing sa paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3 yung sagot. Okay. So let's answer number 6. Archaeologists realized that the boat had been damaged on purpose. Anong keywords ang makukuha natin from this given statement or sentence? Can you type your answer? Huwag nang mahiya, tayo-tayo lang. Damaged, okay. Ano pa? On purpose. Yes. What else? So, given na yung archaeologist, yes, keyword talaga siya. Then, damage on purpose. Okay. Now, nahanap na natin ang keywords sa question. Now, hanapin natin ito sa text. So, wala siya sa 1, 2, 3. I'll give you a hint. Nasa paragraph 4. Can you read paragraph 4 and identify ano ba yung keywords na kamatch ng archaeologists or damaged on purpose? Okay? I'll give you time to read. So when we are teaching our students, well, there are two ways that I teach students. Kapag yung estudyante, medyo mataas na yung level, 6, 6.0, 7.0 yung tina-target. Ganito yung pagtuturo ko, more on exam preparation. Pero kung ang estudyante ay low level, maybe below 5, 4.0, 3.0, yung kanyang current level or kung CFR pagbabasihan, maybe beginner level. So more on vocabulary building, understanding the questions, understanding the given difficult words. So ano na? Saan mahanap? The boat was not wrecked, but and but had been deliberately discarded. Okay, deliberately discarded. So, what's the answer here in number 6? True, false, not given. If the statement agrees, if this statement number six agrees to what is stated in the article, then true. If contradicts, then false. If there is no information, then not given. The answer is okay, very good. Good students. You see, alam nyo paano maghanap ng sagot. Let's give it another try, number 7. Initially, only the technological aspects of the boat were examined. Medyo tricky itong number 7. Let's see if you can correctly guess. Ano yung keyword? Keywords sa number 7. So sa IELTS preparation training for teachers namin, ganito yung ginagawa. No? I will let you experience paano sagutan yung iba't ibang questions sa reading and listening. Kasi, sabi nga nila, you cannot give what you don't have. Paano ka magtuturo ng IELTS at magte-train ng estudyante ng IELTS kung hindi mo alam paano sagutan? If you don't know how to answer the questions. So, technological aspects, yes. And then, ano pa? Sige, I'll give you another one. Examined. So, hanapin natin saan siya sa article. So, these are the keywords na nasa questions. Hanapin natin itong statement na to. Initially, only the technological aspects of the boat were examined. Very cute lang yung text, no? Kailangan nyo palakihin yung inyong mga mata. At the time, ancient boats were often considered only from a narrower technological perspective, sabi ni Emmeline. So if that is your, if yan yung keywords na that, ano mang tawag doon, na nakuha mo from the statement ng 7, what would be your answer, Emmeline? True, false, not given. By the way, I keep looking on the side because may isang monitor, doon ko nababasa yung mga sagot ninyo or your messages. So I have another monitor. So what's your answer? Just guess. Don't worry. True? Hindi daw siya sure. True. True kasi nabasa mo yung technological aspects, di ba? However, nandyan ba dapat kasi buong statement ang mababasa mo doon sa binasa mong article sa text, no? Dapat meron doon, initially, only the technological aspects of the boat were examined. Nandoon ba yung examined? Parang wala, no? Kasi ang nandoon ay technological perspective lang. So actually, hindi yun ang sagot. So maraming nagkakamali sa part na to kasi they will zero in right away kasi nakita nila yung similar word na technological. But in test taking, ang tawag dito para siyang bait or pain, no? Bibigyan ka ng similar word para malito ka na, ito siguro yung sinasabi niya. Pero kulang siya ng word na examined. So ano ba yung keywords ng 7 na maglilid na sa atin sa sagot? Ito. With hindsight, it was significant that the boat was found and studied by mainstream archaeologists who naturally focus on its cultural context. Initially, only the technological aspects of the were examined. So anong sagot? True, false, not given. Hindi technological aspects, but cultural context. Bakit not given? Nandyan naman, no? It's false. Nandyan siya, kaya lang hindi magkapareho. Technological at saka cultural kasi yung pinag-uusapan. So, yung sagot ay false. Okay? So that is, I will not continue with the rest kasi it's just the same. Let's go to another type. Ito namang, no, same lang din tong yes, no, not given. Punta tayo sa multiple choice kasi mas multiple choice. So strategy in a multiple choice, again, read the question first, underline the keywords, answers follow the order of the passage, and use the elimination method. Are you familiar with the elimination method? You can type yes or no. Are you familiar with the elimination method? Not sure. Okay. How about the others? Are you familiar with the elimination method? So elimination method, if there are 4 choices, you have to look for pinaka-obvious na mali. Kasi out of 4, kung hahanapin mo yung tamang sagot, it will be 1 out of 3. So, ang chance of finding is very slim. Pero kung mag-elimination method ka, hahanapin mo yung pinaka-obvious and malamang may dalawang pinaka-obvious dyan. So, automatic 50-50 ka na. 50% chance of getting the right answer. So, yun yung elimination. I-eliminate ang hindi tamang sagot. Then, find the keywords or synonyms in the passage and read carefully. So, let's try. So, number 27, write your answer. Okay. So, what is the writer's main point in the first paragraph? Ano daw yung kanyang main point? So, kapag ganitong question, it means the whole paragraph you have to read. Pero kung mahaba yung paragraph, ang ginagawa ko to lessen the reading time, I read the first 2 sentences and then the last. Pero itong first paragraph kasi parang 3 sentences lang, so mababasa mo na sila lahat, no, agad-agad. So yun yung pwede mong gawin. Now, another one is elimination method. So tingnan mo, photography is used, photographers and artists. Photography has not always been, and photographers today are more. So meron kang dalawang possible na group of answers. Yung A and C, they keep using the word or they're using the word photography. Yung B and D naman, photographers ang ginagamit nila. So it's between photography or photographers. Now let's read. This may seem a pointless question today, surrounded as we are by thousands of photographs. Most of us take for granted that in addition to supplying information and seducing customers, camera images also serve as decoration, afford spiritual enrichment, and provide significant insights into the passing scene. But in the decades following the discovery of photography, this question reflected the search for ways to fit the mechanical medium into the traditional schemes of artistic expression. So, ano yung binasa natin? Was it about photography or photographers? So, photography or yes, photography. So, we can eliminate B and D. So, ang pagpipilian na lang natin ay A at saka C. So, between A and C, ano ang sagot? magkaiba kayo ng sagot. Okay. So, another thing you have to remember when you are reading yung mga negation or change of opinion words like but, however. Kasi the writer may be talking or maybe saying something in the beginning, then it will change right after but. Okay. So because of but, ang magiging sagot ay C. Has not always been readily accepted art form. Kasi sabi, to fit the mechanical medium into the traditional schemes of artistic expression. So yung sagot ay C. Okay? Nakuha niyo? Madali lang, di ba? Kapag alam na niyo yung technique. And don't worry, skills is not developed overnight. Kailangan mo siyang ulit-ulitin hanggang sa makuha mo siya, na hanggang sa panaginip mo ay ginagawa mo na yung reading technique. Now let's answer number 2. Ito madali lang. 28. What public view about artists was shared by the French and the English? So yung keywords, madali lang, French at saka English. So hanapin yung synonym or synonyms or words na ma-relate sa French and English. So from the text, wala siya sa paragraph 1. Nasa second paragraph siguro. No? So ano bang words na mako-connect nyo sa French and English? Kailangan nyo yata ng magnifying glass sa very tiny text. It's spirited, yes. So you have spirited in France. So, and taken voices in England. Yes. So, hindi talaga same na English at saka French. Ibang form. No? So, France for French, English for England. So, what is the answer now? A, only artists could reflect. B, only artists were qualified. C, artists could lose work. And D, artistic success raised a country's international profile. So meron na namang, if you are going to look at the wordings of the choices, you can already guess ano yung pagkakaiba ng mga choices. Have you noticed? Anong pagkakaiba ng mga choices? Or ano yung similarities ng mga choices? A, B, then C. A, B, and C, they talk about artists. Okay? Then, yung D, artistic. So what do you think is the answer here? The answer is, it's okay, just a guess. Masyadong seryoso. D? Okay. So, it says, di ba sabi, kapag nahanap mo na yung mga keywords sa article, doon lang malapit yung mga sagot. So, national stature and achievement in the arts were related. Artistic success, yon, achievement, success, raise a country's international profile? So yung sagot ay D. Okay, very good. So, ganun lang kadali. Wow, time flies so fast. 40 minutes na palang lumipas. That will be my example sa reading. Now, let's proceed sa listening. Kadalasan problema ng mga estudyante sa listening ay mabilis daw. They can't hear or get what the speaker or speakers were talking about. So, I'll share a secret with you. But I don't know if alam nyo to or hindi. Example, sentence completion. So, strategies. Check the word limit. Normally, it will say one word or one word and or a number kapag mga ganun, no? So, from the sentence completion, it's either maybe a paragraph na may mga blanks, underline the keywords, and then look through sentences, pay attention to the words that come before and after the gap. Guess what may go in the gap? Maybe think of, is it about a place, a name, or is it a number? Write the exact words or phrases you hear. Wag baguhin. Okay? Let's try. So itong nasa right side, ito yung transcript ng audio. So tingnan natin ano bang dapat gawin. So 15 to 20, write no more than 2 words and or a number. So no more than 2 words. Can I write 2 words? Yes. Can I write 2 words and a number? So meaning tatlo. Yes. Dalawang words, isang number. Pwede. Number 15. So kapag ganito, sentence completion. Yeah, sentence completion. And ganito yung binigay. You need to have a blank to buy a ticket for 10 pounds. So tingnan daw ano yung words before and after the blank. And hanapin yung keyword. So yung keywords dito, buy a ticket for 10 pounds. Okay? Now, in the audio, ang maririnig mo first ay yung keywords. So you will hear first, ticket and 10 pounds. Then kasunod dyan yung sagot. So if we look at this, you need to have a blank to buy a ticket. So this must be something. It's a noun, right? And it must be singular because it's a blank. Now let's read the transcript. Transcript na to, no, para hindi na natin ulit-ulitin. Now, some details of the costs and timings. A family ticket, which includes 2 adults and up to 3 children, costs 30 pounds. An adult ticket costs 15. Children under the age of 15 are 5 pounds. And student tickets are 10 pounds. So, ticket and 10 pounds na mention. Kasunod dyan yung sagot. As long as you have a student card. So, ang hinahanap dito ay student card. Okay? So, in listening, dapat yung estudyante should be 2 to 3 numbers ahead. Kung first part yan or first number ng questions 15 to 20, dapat yung estudyante nabasa na niya at napag-isipan yung 15, 16, and 17. You will be given 30 seconds to go over 15 to 20 naman. So you have to use that time wisely and strategically. So dapat mag-isip ka na ito, noun na singular, yung number 15. Now, let's look at number 16 kung tama pa rin. The bus tour lasts blank in total. So, ang keyword, bus tour and total. Okay? So, dapat marinig natin siya. Maybe let's start from here. The first bus of the day leaves the station at 10 a.m. and the last one of the day leaves at 6 p.m. Buses leave every 30 minutes and each tour tour takes, lasts, a total of, a total. So yun, narinig natin yung word na total, yung keyword, of 50 minutes. So ang sagot ay 50 minutes. Okay? So, tama ba yung strategy na sinabi? I think so far tama naman, no? So, when we are, or kahit tayo, when we answer listening test, ganyan dapat, no? Ganyan ang ginagawa. We have to listen. Itong mga keywords, it will appear na as it is. No? So, maririnig mo sila. Unlike sa reading na you will be given probably a paraphrased word, sa listening, hindi. Kasi nga yung listening, one time mo lang siya maririnig. It will be played once only and tapos. Yun lang. No? So kung mawala ka, ma-miss mo yung number, then wala na. Naiwan ka na. So, dapat tatlong numbers ka in advance parate kasi kung na-miss mo si number 15, at least you are still within number 16. Hindi yung 15 lang ang iniisip mo, naiwan ka, then mag-iisip ka na naman sa 16 while the audio is ongoing, then naiwan ka ulit. So, damay-damay lahat. Now, let's look at another type. Labeling a map or diagram. Ito, isa sa mga pinakamahirap kasi confusing. You will be looking at two things. So, strategy, check the word limit, underline keywords, look over the map, remember the vocabulary of location or direction, yung mga north, south, next to, just before, in front of, mga ganyan. No? Guess what may go in the gap? Is it a place, a name, or number? Write the exact words or phrases. Okay, again, you will hear the keywords. So 15 to 20, ganito yung labeling a map. So you will be given 15 vegetable beds, beehives, seating, etc. Then you will have this map. So sa 30 seconds na ibibigay sa'yo, you have to go quickly over sa 15 to 20 and then i-familiarize mo yung map. So, yung car park, yung center na part, yung left and right. Okay? Now, the audio will start. Remember, you will hear the words vegetables, beehives, and then next to that, yung sagot sa tanong. Or ano yung hinahanap dito. Ang hinahanap dito is write the correct letter A to I next to questions 15 to 20. So saan daw tong vegetable beds sa map? Okay, let's read. Okay, Group B, your turn. Does everyone have a copy of the plan? Great. Okay, well, we'll all be meeting in the car park. That's on the bottom of the plan. So car park na mention. C, now, if you have been assigned to the vegetable beds, so yun, na-mention ng vegetable beds. To get there, you go out of the car park, so from car park, and go up the footpath until you reach the circle of trees, itong circle of trees. So you have to read along, no, with your pen. But now kasi computerized na yung IELTS, so maybe you follow with your cursor. Circle of trees, there they are in the middle of the plan, and you see that the footpath goes all the way around them. Well, on the left, so left side of that circular footpath, there's a short track which takes you directly to the vegetable beds. So ano yung hinahanap nating letter? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. What's your answer? Is it E? Ano pa? So sabi, on the left side of that circular path, footpath, there's a short track which takes you directly to the vegetable beds. So ano ba yung short path that leads to vegetable beds? Yung E kasi malayo kasi wala out of the circle na si E. Yung sagot ay G. Ito lang, G. Medyo very cute kasi yung figure. So G. Kasi nga, sabi from car park, you go up and then my circle of trees and then my short track which takes you directly. Short track. So ito. From the circular, itong B, hindi short, no? Mahaba. Ito namang E, nasa kabila. No? Yung F, nasa kabila. So, ang sabi kasi, go straight up. Hindi yung pa left. So, mag-go straight ka muna within the circle, then saka ka mag-left. Kasi I think si Eileen or Emeline, ang ginawa is from car park, then you move to the left right away. So, mali. Okay? Now, beehives naman. Sabi sa beehives, medyo mahaba-habang basahan ito. Look again at the circle of trees in the middle. So, circle of trees na naman, no? So, yung point of reference. And the footpath that goes around them. On the right side, so kabilang side, right side of that circle, you can see that the footpath goes off in an easterly direction, heading towards the right-hand side of the plant. And then the path splits into two, and you can either go up or down. You want the path that heads down. And at the end of this, you see two areas divided by a bamboo fence. And as we're looking at the plan, the beehives are on the right of the fence, the smaller section, I mean. So, anong sagot? Anong letter? Letter? Yes, letter I. Okay? Madali lang, di ba? So, maybe that's what I can share about listening. Now, let me share with you yung books na ginagamit. Sinabi ko kanina, no? Nowadays, we're lucky because books are categorized according to some students' target score. So ito, Cambridge Complete IELTS, bands 4 to 5. So yung estudyante mo, if your student is preparing to take 4 to 5, 4.0, 5.0, then itong book ang gagamitin. Meron din siyang 5 to 6 and then 6.5 to 7. No? And the book will help you with the different styles. So meron siyang unit title, reading, listening, speaking. So naka-align na siya to whatever skill is needed or kung ano mang question type ang kailangang i-practice. So example, itong reading, table completion, yung kanyang target. So naka-identify na siya. So ito yung maganda while using the book. Although, kapag yung estudyante mo ay high level na, medyo hindi na ako gumagamit ng libro. I focus more on test taking or mag-mock test na lang yung actual test na isang set, listening, reading, writing. Madaming kumukuha ng IELTS, hindi lang mga foreign students, even Filipinos, mga nurses, they take IELTS because it's a requirement for them to get visa screen sa US or if they want to work in UK, in Ireland, Australia, Canada. So I have students who are Filipinos, no? But even Filipinos, we have to charge them like foreign students. Kasi IELTS is a high-stake course, meaning mahirap siya, kailangan mo pag-aralan, pero yung return of investment naman, nung estudyante at sa'yo, malaki. So, kaya medyo kailangan nilang mag-invest. No? So, para sa'yo, kailangan mo ring mag-charge more kasi mag-aaral ka rin ito. No? Hindi kasi siya pareho nung general English lang na chika-chika lang. No? Tapos, okay na. Ito kasi, kailangan mo i-prepare na makuha niya yung target. band score. Now, what would be our determining factor na kaya ng estudyante ma-achieve yung target niya? If you're going to give that student the kind of test parang similar to actual test and nakapag-perform siya ng 5 consecutive tests na nakukuha yung target score, then if magte-take siya ng test, malamang yan yung score na makukuha niya. So actually, yan ang sabi ni British Council or ni Cambridge. Whatever test students would take, para malaman mo kung ready na siya, bigyan mo ng full set ng test, and kapag nakuha na niya yung score 5 times na sunod-sunod, yan na yung kanyang target or yan na yung kanyang actual test, malamang kung magte-take siya on that day. Now, another test na similar, Cambridge pa din, this is mindset. Medyo bago-bago ng konti. Kailan ba ito na-release? Parang first published in 2017 pero I think updated or they republished it in early 2000. So Cambridge Mindset, ito naman foundation. So yung foundation is parang level 4, 4.0 to 5.0. Let's check kung tama pa. Oops. Let's refresh. Yeah, so foundation is, kasi yung level 1 is, ang target band is 5.5, so malamang ito below 5.5. So mga 4 to 5 yung level ng foundation. So meron din siyang, one good thing about using a book, it's already thematic, may theme na siya. Kasi yung IELTS is thematic, no? Yung speaking may mga themes. So para yung estudyante alam nila kung ano yung pag-aaralan na vocabulary, ano yung pag-aaralan nila na sa speaking. So my theme like daily life. So meron din siyang, so yung mga low level will focus more on language plus test taking strategies. Kung high level na yan, mga 6, 7, more on test taking strategies plus language. So pabaliktad na siya. So ganun yung pagtuturo niya. So yung reading is choosing the correct answer. So this is multiple choice. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think that's what I wanted to share tonight. Maybe you have some questions for me. You're free to ask.